EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present opening round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Getting set now for first round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. This is the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals. And Frank, this is always a pressure-packed environment.
It is, but also a chance to see the raw talent that'll be on display for many a year. And at this tender stage, these players are powerful, talented, and often brilliant.
Headed for the bunker, I think. Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Very nicely done, right on the dance floor. This would give him the par. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Second hole here at Sawgrass, 532-yard par 5. Frank, considered one of the easier holes on the golf course, is that right?
Yeah, you don't have to hit it miles down there. Anything that turns a little to the player's left certainly helps. There are some trees down the left side. Just want to avoid those.
So the shot has landed, I'm not sure if it's on the mulch or in the mulch. Either way, it's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he doesn't have mulch of a shot you left.
A bit unfortunate in the bunker, Frank.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what his bunker play's like.
Getting set for his third shot from the fairway bunker. What's the right way to play this, Frank?
Well, you don't want to get the ball too far back in your stance. It gets too far back, then you mightn't carry the lip in front.
Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
Settles in over the putt. So just getting started, even par so far. Frank, break down the par 3 third for us.
The big ridge in the middle of this green, really you have a front section and a back section. That front bunker, the one that you first see off the tee, that really doesn't come into play, but there's a sneaky one behind the flag and down the left side. Really good par 3. Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
Even par, currently.
Still playing even for the day after the par. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the 4th. Early in the round, still holding steady, even par on the day.
Yeah, it's got that feel it could go either way here. Next few holes will probably tell us which way.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, the approach here to the 4th is fraught with peril, isn't it?
three distinct levels here. There's that sort of small piece in the front right, there's that left side of the green, and that top tier on the right. Rich, this is the player that I'm really curious to see how they do long term. Tons of power. There's talent. You can see that. Anybody can pick that up. In the touch, too, and the skill required. It's not just about long hitting. This player seems to have all the goods. And I know we talk about it on a regular basis, but I think this particular talent is special.
Has a great resume, too. We've known about this player since they were in the junior ranks. #1 ranked junior player in the world. Went on to have a phenomenal collegiate career, played well on the amateur level. So at every step, Frank has been successful, has been a winner. Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. So into the top 15 on the leaderboard with that birdie. A few more, and who knows, maybe top 10 or top 5. Frank, the golf course toughens up right here at the long par 4 fifth.
Yeah, when you play it off the back tee, 470 yards, it's nearly 320 yards to that last bunker down the left side. That really has to be in the back of your mind. The ideal tee shot, little left to right.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. And it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
I tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. Former college #1 makes another birdie. Frank, you don't want to get too cute with that second shot here at the 6th.
I remember many a time, Rich, when they put the flag right of center. You try and hit a little bit too close, those palm trees all of a sudden come into play. Hits one of those, that ball can go anywhere.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, our featured player, a bit wobbly of late. This is an important approach shot.
It is. Time to just hit the brakes, do a little reset. Things aren't completely lost yet. Start to get back to that positive frame of mind.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Lining this one up for par. That's a solid par. Still in it, Frank. Frank, 7th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. How do you break this one down?
Not overly long, 440 yards, but once again, it's a tee shot. If you're driving the ball well, that's fine. You just sort of blister it down there. But if you're starting to lose one a little bit to the right, there's 3 pop bunkers there. And, of course, if you're fearful of it going left, there's the canal all the way down the left side that'll get your attention. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Frank, you've been there. What's the best way to approach this next shot at the 7th hole?
There's a lot of mounding on this 7th green, to the right and the left. You can use those mounds to kick the ball to the flag.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt.
We often say, Rich, you should always try and make it. I got to disagree with that. Lag putting, it's just about taking the strain off the next one. There's always other holes to be played.
From that distance, you settle for 2 putts. Holding steady now at 2 under par. TPC Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is sort of an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. He'll take par and move on. Frank, what do you make of the final hole here on the front side, the 583-yard par 5 9th?
Just depends on how much you want to risk here. If you hit a good drive down the right side, it's certainly gettable for 2, but you can make an absolute mess here at 9.
Frank, sadly, I've been there too often. In the water, you get down on yourself. What's the right way to approach this mentally?
Well, you've almost got to take a step, Rich. This can add up so quickly. So give yourself a little pat on the back, say it's fine. I mean, you're human. You're allowed to hit bad shots. But the big thing now is to avoid 2 in a row.
So this will be the 3rd shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea. Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Frank, you've been in this position. The hole hasn't gone the way you've wanted. What do?
Well, we'd all like to make birdies and eagles, but that's not the name of the game. We've seen that. It's minimizing the mistakes. So right now is a perfect opportunity to try and minimize the mistakes. Get away with a bogey here. That's something to be proud of.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank getting set now for one of the more exciting back nines in all of golf right here at TPC Sawgrass.
And it starts at 10. It looks like a dogleg to the left, really, but you've got to play it as a straightaway tee shot. The run out just over 310 yards. Rich, there's nothing worse than this. This might look all right, but in the mulch, this is a disastrous situation.
So this is not mulch ado about nothing?
Ah, I get it. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Trying to get out of here with just one dropped shot. This is for bogey. So our featured player will lose a shot. The question is, has the player lost their way completely? Now the time to be aggressive. Par 5, 558-yard, 11th hole, Frank. What's the key here?
Tee it high and let it fly. This is the big chance here. This is one of the widest fairways on the golf course. This is where you chance it all.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards.
Second shot.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Now to the par 4 12th, and it's a pretty short hole, Frank.
Yeah, Pete Dye often doesn't get enough credit for his short par fours. This is a great example where one of the features of it is the blind second shot, just to give you a little bit of doubt on judging the distance.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Now the approach to the 12th, Frank. What's the player looking at?
Well, it's a fun shot here for the second shot, especially if you've driven it down the right side, because then you can see the flag no matter where it is on the green.
No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good work there. Now to even par. Frank, 17 gets so much attention here at the TPC Sawgrass, but 13, par 3, is exciting in its own right.
It is, and it's actually more difficult than 17. One of the reasons it's longer, and also the green here. 17 obviously has two sections in it, front and top. This has, I don't think there's a flat piece on it. And every now and again we watch the ball roll all over this green and actually find the cup for the odd ace.
Frank going for 2 in a row now.
Sneaking into contention here with that birdie.
Top 15 now on the leaderboard. Frank, historically in this great championship, 14 has proven to be a pivotal hole.
Everybody focuses on the finish here, but you're absolutely right, Rich. This can be an absolute scorecard record because if you spin your drive left, the drop back, perhaps on the ladies' tees, you can make 6 in a heartbeat. You try and air to the right, you can make 6 from the mounds. So a good drive down 14 gives you a chance for that fast finish.
Frank, there's a lot to factor in on this approach at the 14th.
You can favor right side of this green and sort of allow the contours of the green just to move that ball to the left.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Back to the TPC Sawgrass, the 15th hole. It's a par 4 as we make our way to this finishing stretch. And Frank, what's in store for the players here?
Another one of those par 4s around 450 yards. Ideally hit it tee shot down the right side, keeping it away from that bunker, but that's a flat bunker down the right with no lip, so it's still not too bad. Biggest problem here is that green. So many undulations on this green.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Just a beautiful approach shot.
And the former national champion looking at the birdie putt. You'd like that one again.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par and let's forget about this one.